Let's preview some games, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Woo! We got USC at Oregon. This is a playoff game as far as I'm concerned.
I agree.
I think whoever wins this
Yeah.
game makes the playoffs. If the loser's Oregon, I still think Oregon should make the playoffs, but that's cutting it really, really close. Guys, what we think about this game?
Pat, you want to go last on this one or first?
Like you said, Jimmy, I think it's a huge game. It's a playoff game. I think it's a playoff game for both. I think, God forbid, in a crazy universe, Oregon were to lose this game, the media and the voters already think we suck. Our schedule is weak. We have no wins. So if we lose this, yeah, they'll knock us down to like 15. With that being said, we need Oregon to be rocking though. Like it has to be an environment like Ohio State was last year. Like it has to be arguably the biggest crowd, loud, which we know they're going to get loud. That's not a problem, but they got to be loud the whole time. Offense has been clicking when it's been super good weather or just not raining, to be fair. I mean, we haven't been healthy the last couple of games. Have had 4 scholarship receivers. Finally got Kenyon Sadiq back last week. Him and Jamari Johnson have been playing a ton at tight end, which I think I brought up last week before the game. Regardless of who's healthy, who's not, Dante Moore's been playing at as high of a level the last couple of weeks as any QB in the nation. Dylan Raiola is punching the wall because Patrick Mahomes said Dante Moore's his favorite college quarterback to watch. I mean, it's just he's just been incredibly accurate. He's looking like the QB that people have been saying was going to go pro. Hopefully he doesn't, but he's clicking. The running backs are playing great. Offensive line is blocking out the ass like we know they do. They're a Joe Moore award finalist, so that's cool to see. As always, they will be. Shout out Lee Terry. But this is going to be a big test for the defense. This might be the best offense that we're going to play, and we've played, well, aside from Indiana. This might be the second best offense we've played. Defense played fairly well against Indiana. Offense did not. But yeah, I mean USC, Myava, Jalen Lane, or Jacoby Lane, sorry, Makai Lemon, like that's one of the best big three. That's a top 10 big three in all of college football. So gonna see what the defense pulls out, but I think in the end, our defense does come out and they fly around. I'll go Oregon 31. It'll be 31-13, 31-17, somewhere around there.
Oh shit!
I think
Y'all
I
gonna shut
think
down?
I think they have a huge statement win, and they kind of show everybody. Indiana game, yeah, we lost for sure, but I think if we play them again, we can beat them. I think we come out and make a huge statement win going into the end of the voting, and just pray to God for an Indiana or Ohio State loss.
I think Oregon needs this.
Yeah,
Well, I think they for sure need this because the at Washington game's not going to be much easier. But it's going to be a really good game. And USC's been flying under the radar. They have the 2 losses
yeah.
to Notre Dame and to who was their other loss? They beat Michigan,
Who? USC?
Illinois, yeah, at Illinois, yeah,
Illinois on that game-winning field goal
yeah.
at
They
noon.
shouldn't have lost that game, but um, I know they lost Wayman Jordan. King Miller had to step in, and he's been running the rock really well. And Lincoln Riley's finally back to what he really yearns for, which is a really balanced attack that is actually heavy run because uh, even going back to his days at Oklahoma, we always talk about the quarterbacks, but he always had an elite run game, an elite offensive line, and I think USC they're not to that level of offense yet, but they're really trending in the right direction as opposed to this past couple years at USC,
I
which
agree.
I think that's why they're playing much better offensively, much more efficient. Jaden Mayava is really good, and I think they impressed me last week with the win against Iowa. They had got a slow start. It was weird weather, but I think they really started to impose their will on Iowa, and they were able to win in a phone booth. It wasn't like, oh, they made it a shootout. It was like, okay, we're just gonna have to play the game this way and win it. We're gonna have to be real physical on both lines of scrimmage. We're gonna have to run the football effectively, especially with that weather. And I think they did that. And you pair that with what Makai Lemon's doing, who is if not number one, he's number two for the Biletnikoff Award
Has
right
to be
now.
number one. Has to be.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I think this is going to be a very, very good game. That's going to come down to the wire. But
Yeah.
like you said, Pat, on the other end, it seems like Oregon's well, at least in the Minnesota game, found their stride a little bit. Dante Moore got back to slinging the rock around. He had a little couple game stretch where it was like, okay, what's going on? I know he kind of got banged up a little bit, but I think Oregon pulls this one out in a really close game. I think 27-24.
I like that. Yeah, I'll take it. A win's a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. So yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it, I think definitely last game. I think the Missouri game we figured out again. Like, hey, we're a dominant effing team on the O line. We can win just running the damn ball and playing defense. And then Dan Lanning's gotten back to that. So and Dante Moore's playing well. Yeah, but I agree with everything you said. Jacob.
I think so. I'm looking at the injury report. It's got Gary Bryant, DeCorian Moore, and Evan Stewart as questionable. If they all play, that's a huge, huge boost for Oregon, right? But
Oh yeah.
that being said, regardless, it's these words coming out of my mouth are gonna sound really crazy because it's USC, and I can't believe I'm saying this about a Lincoln Riley team. But both these defenses are flying right now.
Yeah.
Like obviously Oregon's defense has been really, really good all year, but USC's defense is coming into their own. Like they give up 21 points a game. Like you asking Lincoln to score 3 touchdowns and a field goal, he's like, oh yeah, I can do that. Opposed to 9
Yep.
touchdowns. I I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be a physical. Again, it's crazy for a Lincoln Riley team. Again, we kind of touched on the running game, but I think it's gonna be a physical game. I trust a guy like Dan Lanning a little more in these games. USC's had a tendency this season to start slow. Like Iowa, they started slow. Illinois, they started slow. Like they kind of start slow in games. If you start slow in Autzen, you may get buried quick. And this isn't Iowa. You're like Iowa, they were able to shut down and come back and win the game. If you fall behind, 14, 17 points to Oregon, they're going to run the ball. They're going to work the clock. They're going to score, and they're going to stifle you on defense. I don't think it's going to be a traditional Oregon USC shootout. Y'all both had relatively lower scoring games. I think Oregon wins 24-20. I think that defense gets after Mayava. I think Oregon establishes the run early. If
Yeah.
Oregon can establish the running game early, I think they'll be in really, really good shape. And it's in Autzen. That is one of the hardest places in the country to go play. It's a 2:30 kickoff. So
Yeah.
go Ducks.
I have
I
the
got the Ducks winning a close one.
fuck. It's a clean sweep, bro.
The
This is
cleats.
this is big though. I'm looking at the injury report again. USC's kicker is questionable with a hamstring injury.
Yeah. Real fast. I pulled up the team rankings. Yeah, USC. I mean, they have a better defense than Lincoln's had. 47 in yards, 43rd in passing, 63rd in rushing, and then 40th in points per game allowed at 21. So yeah, he's just having to score 3 touchdowns and a field goal a game. Oregon's defense. This is real fast, and then I'll get off my Oregon horse, but 235 yards a game allowed in overall offense, third in FBS. 127 yards passing per game allowed, first in FBS. 108 rushing, 20th, and scoring 13, that's sixth. So for the first time ever, as an Oregon fan, we have like a top 10 defense. It's just exciting. Like we're really talking about Oregon winning a game because their defense is stepping up. I don't know. Sorry. We can continue.
Next game, Missouri at Oklahoma. I'm gonna make this real quick.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's gonna beat them.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
Anytime Missouri
I
plays
can't
a
even
ranked
argue with
team,
that.
they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
When it comes to these upper echelon teams in SEC, Missouri just doesn't compete, and they've been a beneficiary of a relatively softer schedule in the SEC. That's why
Yeah.
they've been really good over the past 3 years. They beat up on the teams that they're supposed to beat, and they lose to every single team that provides any sort of challenge, essentially.
Yeah.
I just don't see the hype with Mizzou. I know Bo Burbula's been out, and there's reports that he could come back this season, right?
Yeah,
I heard
they were
something
saying
about it.
this game. They were saying this game, but I'm looking at it. It says he's doubtful with the ankle injury. So,
I was like, oh,
but
uh.
he could be back for
Either
the bowl
way,
game.
I wouldn't take Mizzou. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mizzou has 14 SEC wins in the last 3 years. Two of them have been against. Two of those wins have been against ranked opponents. So they don't they don't really and both of those were in 2023, that first year where they really popped with Cody Schrader. But since then,
That's
Dog.
they
true.
haven't they haven't beat any ranked teams in the SEC. So and honestly, some of these games don't be even aren't even close. Like they got blown out at A&M last year. They got blown out versus Bama last year. Uh, these games were close this year. They lost to Bama again. They lost to Vanderbilt and they lost to Texas A&M. So yeah, I think Oklahoma wins. I think Oklahoma they found their recipe that's gonna work for them, or at least that's gonna bode
Yeah.
well for them. If they can just keep the ball out of harm's way, they will be fine. Their defense is really good. Their defense is good enough to carry them in most games. We saw it in the Alabama game, pick six. Other than that, Oklahoma scores what 16 points, and they were able to win on the
Yeah.
road at
I
Bama.
mean, and
So
they,
if
yeah.
they know that, hey, John, just don't turn the ball over, they can
That's
win
simple for
every
me.
game that they're in. Their defense, their front seven, Jacob, I know you love their front seven. They are that good defensively. They have a top three defense as
Yep.
far as I'm concerned, and they did that. They did that against Ty Simpson, Alabama, without their best fucking player, our Mason Thomas. So
Yeah.
once he comes back, it's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
Oklahoma has Missouri, and
Because
then they have LSU to finish off, and they're in the playoffs. So I think
I'll
they're gonna
say
give
this.
anyone hell who they play just because of that defense.
That's what I was gonna say. Whoever has to host them in the playoffs, or whoever they host, whoever they play in round one, and that's gonna be one of the harder games in round one. Because I agree,
Yep, that defense,
their
a defense
defense.
like that will keep you in every game, especially in the playoffs.
I have this written down in my notes, and then that's it. If Missouri has dollars playing, OU rolls. OU's top-ranked defense will shut down Missouri. Simple as that. Like you said.
I think it's two really good defenses. I'm looking at this breakdown right now. This is crazy. At home, Missouri is 6-2. They've played 8 home games. On the road, they're 1-1. This is their third road game of the season.
That's
That's
laughable,
it.
bro.
This is their third road game of the season. This is Matt Zollers' first career road start. He came in at Vandy when Bo got hurt. This is his
Oh
first
God.
road start. What a place to go for your first road start. Gaylord Memorial Stadium. I mean, that place gets loud.
Come on, Jimmy, throw it up with me.
What?
Say it, no.
Boomer.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I,
Say
You know what's
that.
I think
crazy?
both
As a Texas fan, we're gonna have to see Oklahoma, Texas Tech,
and A&M.
Texas A&M, and maybe UNT in the fucking playoffs, and we're sitting at home.
You'll have the best coach.
Huh? Yeah,
Hmm?
something like that. I think both defenses get after it. I do. I think it's a low scoring game. I don't think Missouri does much. Our Mason Thomas isn't on the injury report right now, so that's good for OU. That's bad for Missouri. I think they get pressure all night, or I'm sorry, all
No.
morning. I guess I should say OU does. I think Missouri gets stops, and I think Missouri gets pressure too. I think OU probably score, not probably, OU will score a touchdown on either defense or special teams, because that's what they've been doing this year. Like their special teams has been really, really good. I'm gonna take OU 20-3 in this one. I wanted to say 17-7, but I'll go 20-3. And I just think they give
They have
Missouri
one of
all
the
they can
best
handle.
kickers in the country too,
They do. He probably is the best kicker. But Pat, to your point, or I guess to
Mr.
both of
Short
y'all's point
Shorts.
about the
Yeah,
yeah, dude. To y'all's and he's a lefty. To y'all's point about the playoffs, I'm looking at this right now. Whether they host or they're on the road for the playoffs, they're 4-0 on the road.
Oh yeah, no. That's why I was saying. Whoever hosts or they host, regardless of where they play, they're gonna be one
Right.
of the hardest matchups in round one. Yeah, I agree with that. I
Yeah.
did forget to say my
The reason they're
score.
4-0.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead,
no, go ahead, go
because
ahead.
I have one more thing to say. The reason that they're 4-0 on the road is for the great verse from the football Bible: defense travels.
Offense flows.
facts.
OU thirty
Facts,
to
guys. Let's talk
six.
about let's talk
That's my score.
30-6. Is that
score
what you
for
said?
me. I would
Yes.
say I don't think they're scoring 30, but uh, give me 24-10.
Fair.
Guys, we had some discussion about the college football playoff rankings in the chat last night. Let's bring that to the pod. So, what was the main
I don't
argument?
remember.
Was it Georgia being top five,
Georgia staying at
regardless?
4. I said Georgia would stay at 4 even if they don't go to the SEC title game.
I think what I was saying was, let's say, let's say Bama makes it right, but
Yeah.
Bama beats Texas A&M. Like, so it's one loss A&M, but it's two loss Bama, but they have the SEC title. Wouldn't both of those teams be above Georgia?
No, I don't think Bama would jump that high. I think A&M would drop below Georgia though. because Bama's 10. Like I don't think they would jump up 6 spots because they still have 2 losses. I think they could jump up to like maybe
Yeah.
7, but I don't think they'd jump up. But
No, it's fair.
the
Well,
only
I feel
reason
like
that
they
I
shouldn't
think
be
Georgia
below Notre
was,
Dame right now.
I agree. I think they should be switched. I think Notre Dame should be 10 and Bama should be 9. The only reason that I say Georgia would stay 4 is because you look at their wins. So they won at Tennessee. They won versus Texas. When they beat
Ole
Georgia
Miss.
Tech, they'll also win at Georgia Tech. So you're winning at Tennessee, you're winning at Georgia Tech, and you beat Ole Miss, who is a playoff team. I just
Yeah, I'm not saying I disagree with you. All I was saying was to counter, play devil's advocate. I'm not saying that's not invalid. I was just saying the reason I think
right, right.
your same reasoning that they get in is my same reasoning why Indiana would stay top 4 if they lose the title game. And I think Texas Tech winning the Big 12 would get in. Out at 4 over
Right, but
Georgia.
and the whole reason that I said I think they would stay is to counter your point last night. Because I went back to read the messages. You said the reason they would drop out of the top 4 is because they don't have a conference championship. But at the same time, either Indiana or Ohio State also wouldn't have a conference championship. And Georgia has a better strength
Yes.
of schedule and a
Yes.
better
That's
strength of
what I
wins.
said. That's what I said. I meant appearances. They didn't make their title game. You can't punish Indiana for having a loss just like Georgia. They now both have 1 loss. But their loss so happened to come in the last possible
Correct.
game of the year in title game, which Georgia didn't play in.
I see what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
why should Indiana now be punished for
Correct.
that? They should still remain top 4 and have a bye. I guess
Right.
Georgia can stay. So
Because
you're
I
just
think they
saying.
will
So
regardless.
you're just. They could drop to 3 because who else is the top? Who
no,
else is
that
4?
that's I think it would I think at that point, let's
Yes.
say A&M and Tech win. If A&M and Tech win, why wouldn't it be Ohio State, A&M, let's just say Texas Tech, Georgia? Because if you look at it from like the way that
And that's my next point.
right, the way that I'm looking at it is the best team that Indiana would have played all year is Ohio State. They lost to them, right?
Okay.
Now, I think
Okay.
if it's a close
No.
game, they're fine. If they go lose by like let's say 20 or 25 points, yeah, I think they could drop from 2 to 5. The committee's not going to punish them by knocking them out of the playoffs, but they might drop them.
No. Yeah. Yes. But so you're saying Georgia should remain top 4 for not winning their title game, and you said Tech gets in and Indiana drops to 5. So now Georgia is being rewarded for not losing a title game because they didn't make it, but Indiana is now being punished and dropping out. Why shouldn't Indiana replace Georgia and Tech goes to 3? Georgia goes to 5 because they didn't make a title game, but they didn't lose it either. Tech goes to
Right.
3 because they just won their title game. Indiana goes from 2 to
Right.
4 because they lost the title game. And
Again, solely for the point that Georgia will have wins at Tennessee versus Ole Miss versus Texas and at Georgia Tech. They potentially right there, I'm just saying potentially right there, if you look at all the playoff teams, they would have the most wins against playoff teams with 2. They would have
let
beat
me
one
let me
at
ask
Georgia
you
Tech, and
this.
they would have beat Ole Miss.
Let me ask you this though. If Ohio State loses the playoff game, are we even having this discussion? Or do they remain top 4?
If
Ah,
Ohio State, yes. If actually, to your point,
that's a good one.
If Ohio State loses the title game, they would definitely drop to 5 because Indiana at least has beat Oregon. Ohio State beat Texas week 1, and that's week 1. That's an Texas at that point might even be 8-4, and that's their best win.
saying,
No,
bro.
I'm just saying, like,
No,
if you're just going off
that's
of like favorites, if A&M beats Texas, Ohio State's best win is now an 8-4 Texas, and that was 12 weeks ago.
no. I'm not even arguing. I don't even have a counter. I just wanted to hear your
Yeah,
reasoning behind everything you're saying
and
on
then
text. I didn't feel like
looking
leaving it out.
and then looking at Ohio State's schedule at that point, let's say they lose to Indiana. At that point, they'll have one because Texas, if they're 8-4, will still be in the top 25. But at that point, Ohio State will only have one top 25 win. That's it. Their other wins are Grambling
So
State,
Pat,
Ohio, Washington, Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin, Penn
It's
State,
fine.
Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, Michigan. That's gross. They'll have two because Michigan will be top 25.
Yes.
That's a disgusting schedule.
Yes.
that is a nasty schedule.
That's fair.
Like
Yes, Jimmy.
like I think loser of the Big Ten could
So
drop to
Pat,
5.
would you
I
put?
really do.
With that being said, would you
Bro.
put Big 12 champ Texas Tech 12-1 above Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
If the
So
conference,
so
if
you
being a
would
conference
so you would
champ,
have
if being a conference champion is so important to this committee that you have to have a group of 5 conference champion, then why shouldn't a Power 4 conference champion be number 4 over a team that didn't even make their conference title game? I'm not saying it should be that way. I'm generally
I
just
agree.
curious, like everybody's opinion,
No, I
because
I agree
I
with
think
that.
that
I agree.
that would make sense. Yeah.
I agree.
I'm
And
not saying Georgia shouldn't be
right,
4,
right, right.
but I'm just giving my reasoning on why Tech should be 4. Ouch, over
And
Georgia.
and that was my counter last night to this discussion was at that point, if a conference title is so important to the committee, well, the Big Ten loser doesn't have a conference title, and their strength of schedule and strength of record. Ohio State's strength of record right now is 47. Indiana's is 41. Georgia's is 3.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting discussion. So let me
I
say
think
this
they
just
should.
for the
I think
chat.
they should
So
just have us be the committee.
got
I will say
so
this real
would
quick. I'm
so
glad that
this
it's
is
12
for the
teams.
viewers. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No,
No,
Jimmy, you were
I'm
trying to
glad that
talk.
it's 12 teams because if it was 4 teams, this would just be pure chaos.
Oh yeah, of course. The
Oh,
12 team
for
is
sure.
just crazy.
So, Chad, would you have the Big Ten champ loser ahead of Georgia or not at that number 4 spot? Because that number 4 spot get the bye. But I mean, if you're Georgia, I mean, yeah, you get the bye, but like you said in the chat too, Jacob, you haven't played for a
Yeah, they'd be
month,
off for 26
25 days,
games.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
At that
before
point,
and you
playing
know what
again. That's
happens
like
when that happened to Oregon
yeah.
last year? 21 games in between the time of the game in the Rose Bowl.
And to be fair, from a coach's standpoint, like if I'm Kirby, I would almost rather be number 5 because now you don't have 26 days off and you basically get a tune-up game because you're going to host Tulane, Navy, or North Texas. So it's like
exactly.
at that point, okay,
I'd
sweet.
much
We
rather
get a
have that.
sweet. We get to play. We're off for 14 days, and we get to play a group of 5 team that we're going to beat by 97 points. So
Or get upset. You never know.
okay,
UNT could have a Cinderella run.
we're talking about the national champions, Georgia Bulldogs here.
No, we're not. Not for like the last 3
We'll
years.
see what
Every
happens, but
episode.
it's going to be real interesting.
It is
Um,
exciting times ahead in college football.
I'm
Guys,
so jealous.
no upset today. No trivia. We're gonna hold off on that till next week. We'll do the Heisman rankings on Sunday after what we see on Saturday. Uh, but guys, go make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. This was one of my favorite episodes. Having Lindsey Scott on, appreciate you
Facts,
again,
bro.
man, for joining us and talking a little ball.
Yes,
But
sir. Appreciate it.
y'all make sure to show us some love on the YouTube. We're growing. Show us some love on Instagram and TikTok, CB_enthusiasts. That's where you'll find a lot of our short form content. But other than that, I'm Pat. I'm Pat. I'm Jimmy. That's Pat.
Wait, can I give
That's Jacob. And we are out of here. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
one shout out real quick?
Shout out, yeah.
My just I'll keep it quick. It's Northwestern's head coach David Braun. I really, 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 really like what
I
he's doing
like
at
him.
Northwestern. Like I
I
really
like
do.
Oh, so
him.
he's going
I
to
loved his
LSU?
interview, his post game interview.
Yes, dude. Like that was like I loved that, and I like his mentality. I really think Northwestern is gonna go. They're going in the right direction with him. Like I really do. So
That's
Facts.
yeah. Yep.
I have no
He's like,
idea
hey,
what
the expectation is to win the Big
Tennessee
Ten.
did.
Fuck that.
yeah,
Oh, we're just here. No, we're trying to win
I
that
loved
shit.
that. And he said no moral victories.
Yeah,
No, no, no. I love that.
that's fair, but he never won the Big Ten. But that's fair. I respect it.
Well,
All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap it up. We will see y'all Sunday. Peace.
Peace. Great.